Yow! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the UGC Platinum Highlander. I am your host, eXtine. I am joined by Kip. What's up, Kip?
Hey, eXtine, what's going on?
Well, we got two great teams here tonight. Street Hoops Esports versus Ginyu Force. And this is week 2 of the Platinum Division in the UGC Highlander League. And let's go over the teams just real quick here, then we're going to talk about GravelPit a bit here. Now, Street Hoops Esports is tagged up as 20B, and let me pull up their roster here. We got Skyroller on Heavy, Duwhatna on Demoman, Spamfest on Engineer, Huey Lewis on Pyro, Mang on Medic, Panda on Soldier, Colombian GMR on Spy, Paragon on Sniper, and Deadbolt is their Scout. Over on Ginyu Force, Arthur, their Heavy, Zalox, their Demoman, Quicide, Abe Lincoln, the Engineer. I'm just going to call him Abe Lincoln. I don't know what you want to do, Kip.
I think Lincoln's good.
DJC, their Pyro, Overseer, the Medic, Scarlet, the Soldier, the famous Stabby on Spy. Now a substitute for the match is Max stepping in on Sniper for Paradox. And then on Scout you have Ruin. So some very high-level players over on the Ginyu Force team, players that have been playing together for a while and have been very devastating together. While I don't really know a whole lot of the Street Hoops Esports roster in terms of their history or how long they've been working together, but I definitely recognize a couple of those names, Skyroller and Duwhatna, as well as Huey Lewis. So pretty strong team there, and we're going to see how it breaks down. Any favorites of yours, Kip, that you have here?
Oh, man. Like I said, I was covering a lot of Ginyu Force in the off-season in their most of the team as they went on to win the Nations Cup Highlander tournament. So I love these guys. I love watching them. I was excited to see Max is back. Max has been on a TF2 hiatus as he was in between moving or something with real-life stuff, so he wasn't able to play or scrim for a while. So he's just now getting back into things. First, little shout-out to Paradox, who was supposed to play Sniper. Did Snipe last week and did a great job, but now that Max is back in action, I'm pretty sure he will be the regular Ginyu Force Sniper. So, but having said that, how much does sniping play into GravelPit Highlander is the question.
Well, you know, in Highlander, Sniper is definitely one of those big classes that if they're down and you have your Sniper up, you get a lot of freedom to work with. A lot of spaces, a lot of areas, a lot of angles start to open up. And there's a lot of very dangerous angles on GravelPit. The Sniper could be very crucial in terms of breaking down a defensive hold. They could be very crucial in putting a quick stop to an offensive attack, whether it's sniping the medic or just forcing an Uber early or other big damages that can be dealt out. Also, you can get the picks, as the team's rotating from A to B. Looks like we are live here, and to go over just a couple things about the match and the format that we have for you tonight. It is going to be stopwatch format since we are in this attack-defense style. And looks like Street Hoops is going to be on offense first, while Ginyu is going to be on defense. It's a best of 3 sets, so Street Hoops is going to have an opportunity to set a time and see how fast that they can capture all 3 points. And then Ginyu Force will try their best to combine and defeat that time. Do you see anything unusual on this open yet? Looks pretty standard. You got a Scout and a Spy on red team. Maybe I'm going to try to get something as blue team pushes out that way.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of defense going down at A, which is pretty typical. Most teams will give that up and just set for a huge defense on B, which is where that sentry gun is going up and the combo is holding. So we'll probably see a quick capture time of A, but again, that's pretty standard and doesn't necessarily set the tone for the rest of the match. But yes, here we do have Street Hoops rolling out the entire team. Paragon goes down immediately to a body shot from Max, so that Sniper did do something right there as the rest of Street Hoops does pile in, and we'll start that cap time for A.
Yeah, that's not too big of a deal. As we said, A going down pretty standard. Not much defense thrown down there. We do have the Spy Colombian for the blue team. Creeping around with that cloak and dagger, has a very nice view of what red has going on. And that is a level 3 sentry gun on the roof. Teleporter exit out there as well. Looks like the entrance just got taken down by Duwhatna. And the engineer getting set up with a dispenser as well. So it's going to be a little bit harder for him to get back up there. on the meantime, looks like the blue engineers actually set up his level 3 sentry gun outside of red spawn, so that's going to be a very troll-worthy strategy to try to deal with the red team and keep them contained.
Meanwhile, Blue Uber is popped out of the C connector. Red Uber is popped in response onto the Pyro, who does a good job blowing them back, and DJC pretty much prevents Blue Uber from getting anywhere in. And nobody going down, though, except the spies in that altercation. So we're probably going to have a little standoff right here as we wait for those Ubers to get up again.
Yeah, Stabby was trying to make something happen just outside spawn, trying to get a kill of some sort to just kind of delay Blue being able to get into position. Blue is just taking their time, waiting for Vacationeer, their soldier, to get back up towards them. And they're just positioning at door number 2 in the seaside spawn
I gotta say, I love this sentry position from Spamfest. Just right outside spawn, and he's wrangling it. You could call it troll. I say it's just solid engineering offense. Ingies on offense sometimes don't get to do a lot. Here he has built up a entire level 3, got it to C point, put it on the roof, and is still alive and is able to do stuff. We'll see if it plays a significant role as Ubers were popped on coming onto second. However, the sentry gun's still up right there.
Yeah, sometimes you got to bring out the troll strategies, and that's just what you got to do. I mean, you could equally call Lincoln's strat of getting his sentry on the roof of B somewhat trolly, but you know, that's gotta play to win. And right now, Red is doing a good job of holding down the defense. I mean, the strategy from Blue is obnoxious. Spamfest now gets sniped by Max. That sentry is going to go down momentarily. Does get Zalox first, so they're still doing some damage. Hopefully, Red hasn't lost too many players here. Meanwhile, being a nuisance. Mang looking to rotate in a little bit behind some of his players with the heals. There goes Ruin with a bonk juice as well. And now things getting cleared up pretty well on the B point. We just got some good frags. A couple key red players went down, and then they were able to clear out the sentry gun and just move forward.
Yes, the Street Hoops in a good position right now. They do have this Uber ready to go, so quite a bit of advantage, about 50% over Ginyu Force. We'll see if they pop it immediately as they push on to C to use that advantage. Of course, they don't even have B yet, so that, of course, would be quite risky, and it looks like they're just going to hold, wait for that cap, and go through A connector to get a better position in attacking C.
Yeah, that works out. I mean, they had to wait for their numbers to get respawned anyways. Stabby should see that a lot of players have rotated. He's on that B side, and is really only going to see the scout over there. Also, the team coming, blue team coming out through 3, the main door here. Pretty decent Uber and penetration so far. Haven't lost too many players. Haven't dealt much damage either, unfortunately. Blue Demo Man on top of the point, getting some capture time up there, landing some pipes on the heavy as well, and has got the capture most of the way. Duetna finally finished off. And he forces Red to use an Uber. Blue Pyro trying to climb the tower. Not really that many players there with him. Huey Lewis gets gunned down easily. He's at low health, and Blue's going to have to just post up and wait for a second push.
It was quite ballsy there of Duetna getting some of that Uber, popping up there, and then just laying down a bunch of stickies and pills to establish that capture zone as his own. Poor Arthur could barely get up there, finally got that Uber, and as you say, forced to use that Uber is going to put Street Hoops again in an Uber advantage.
Now, Columbia, the blue spy, is in a decent position to try to go for a stab here, but sometimes with the cloak and dagger, the problem is you get too cautious and you just hold on to it for too long, and you don't take an opportunity to go for a stab. Here he comes in now. Oh, he does get the stab on Empathy. There's Overseer's alias. Nice stab. That's going to really open up things for Blue as the Uber comes in here, and Ruin is, Deadbolt is going to get a nice kill on the Demo Man as well. So a lot of players going down. Blue Soldier up on top. Now pressure coming in from all sides. Red to Heavy still has 300 health. Not enough players in here for Blue yet. The Demo Man is slow to get out here with the medic. They might miss their opportunity. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, we still got Arthur spun up here on point. There's a level 1, but it has been sapped. There we go, Columbia, and in here, he's the only one on the point. Arthur had dropped down, so he has to come back up the ramp. He can't do it. Oh, Columbia's on his head, bounces off, and Arthur finally guns him down. Overseer is back up, trying to get these overheals on Scarlet to defend the point. But with Deadbolt is up there, nobody on Red was on the point to stop that capture. Wow.
Yeah, Deadbolt very sneaky there, did a very good classic jump on the C point. Basically, you get to the second level, and then instead of going up the middle ramp, you just jump around to the outside to get to the upper level. And he did that and was able to walk up undetected and Blue had put enough time on that point already that it was a quick capture. So ends up being a very strong time, 5:38. Great time for Highlander. GravelPit, which is usually just a little bit slower. I definitely was worried about that push. You really have to follow up, you know, the cap time and your Uber and your momentum. And it seemed like they had a really good entry, and then their whole push just kind of slowed down. And I was like, oh, if the defense can recover, they're not going to make it happen. But thankfully, they were able to finish that.
Yeah, like you said, 5 minutes 38 seconds. That is a very swift time on Highlander, and I'm excited about that. Of course, I expected nothing less of these teams. Being the top tier teams they are, to be aggressive and know their strategies and not fail too many times in their execution. But yeah, like you said, I was a little worried with that last push.
Speaking of strategies, Blue Team is going to try something different. Ginyu Force pushing out through B. Long B is where most of their players are. Checking for stickies. They got the heavy Demo Man on backside, trying to put a lot of damage out there.
Oh wow, Sentry Gun goes down without the Uber pop, so Blue still holding on to this Uber. Red getting pressured right now. Mang took about half damage. Finally, Blue pops their Uber. Red counters and pops theirs as they're trying to hold on here. Blue already getting some time on the point for B, but right now it's going to be difficult for them to do anything. Overseer and Zalex trying to retreat, but Overseer goes down to a headshot from Paragon.
Yeah, Paragon had some very nice frags there. You know, he had about, I think, like 2 or 3 frags. Just like picking off Stabby, picking off the other sniper, making frags that just lets everybody do work a lot easier. He followed up at the end there. Duetna also had some very nice pipes. And there we go, Paragon gets max, so they don't have to worry about the sniper much longer. And Blue Team Ginyu Force are going to get the capture on A, uncontested. You know, it kind of slows them down in a situation like that. You know, I don't know. You take the risk, you go for B, but it's kind of risky. You wasted some time.
Yeah, they wasted about a full minute right there. One of the things you'll see less experienced teams do is continue trying to get that B cap, which of course would be the mistake because Red is already pretty much well set up there. So obviously the right choice for Ginyu Force to fall back, get A, and then come with a solid push from C.
Columbia, the Red Spy, is using the defensive Cloak and Dagger just to be able to scout the team's movements. He knows exactly where the blue combo is, the blue players are, whether they're pushing in, pulling back, and he even sees that Spamfest is going to try to set up another sentry teleporter nuisance nest up on the C point.
I love that. I'm keeping that. But yeah, C is great, a great little spot for engineers to pull off tricky things and make themselves a force to be reckoned with on a gravel pit. But we do have Blue pushing through the C connector. We'll see this pop momentarily, I would guess, because Empathy, that is Overseer, is about 100% right now. Red, though, guarding very far up. They will probably get this pop off to respond. And yes, there goes the pop from Street Hoops.
Zalox gets Huey Lewis, but I think the rest of the Uber kind of works out a little bit better for a Red team. We'll see how it works out after the Uber, though. Yeah, some nice frags going on.
Colombian coming in from behind and just taking his revolver and revolvering down Overseer right there. So Medic doesn't get away alive for Ginyu Force. However, Mang did stay alive. Going to have that advantage. But is there anybody to stop this cap?
Well, they do still have a pretty good setup. The level 3 sentry gun getting moved around, which I don't know if maybe wasn't the best idea. It does survive, though, however, so I can't really question it too much. He had it set up and well positioned on the ramp side, decided to rotate it, didn't lose it. And with Duetna and Mang still alive, Street Hoops did have the appropriate forces that they needed to hold on to this. Now, Stabby is the front side of the house, cloaked up. Deadbolt goes down to a sniper. Let's see if Blue can get a capture here. They're going to need to get involved in this B capture pretty quickly.
Rue just heading for the point right there, trying to get some time. Oh! Huge headshot. Max takes down Mang, who was close to Uber, if not had one right there. That's going to buy Overseer a nice advantage. If she can stay alive right now, being pressured by Huey Lewis, being chased. Oh, she is so hurt. She is down right there. So a big opportunity missed for Ginyu Force. That was actually Paragon who finished her off with a body shot. Meanwhile, Sentry Gun, everything is still up for Street Hoops and being wrangled. However, the point is being capped.
Yeah, that was really good heads-up play by Huey Lewis to pick off the medic. But the Heavy and Zalox were still staying on the point, getting that capture going. They've been able to re-delay it, though, and the Sentry Gun getting repaired, backside of house still up, but they do need more presence on the point. They're starting to get the medic back and get those heals. So now that the Heavy's walking in here, should be able to just delay this and kill off Lincoln as well as any of the other players still lingering around. Blue Medic is alone, by the way. Overseer having to run back through long B. Zaylok's going to be spotted by Vacationer, but Vacationer taken down. Zaylok sniped by Paragon. I was going to call him out. They were trying to push that long route with Arthur the Heavy and Overseer, but they're going to have to rotate, go another direction. They have a minute to capture B and C, so yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. It's getting tighter and tighter. You know, and especially with Highlander and the respawns, a little bit more players, it's harder to get that roll from just capturing B into straight capturing C, so that's gets even more difficult.
Yeah, it looks like Street Hoops is probably going to take this, barring some sort of act from God himself, or Gabe, maybe, but I think it may be actually physically impossible. B clapped so slowly, it's ridiculous. C, of course, is really fast and can be really pressureful, but yeah.
Yeah, Duetna with some assistance from his teammates gets a nice kill on DJC. And Vacationer just being a pester, a nuisance, kills Max, so that's going to kind of slow down any sniping. Also gets Rimmon. It is rather irrelevant at this point with 10 seconds left on the clock. And that's going to be the first set for Street Hoops Esports. So congratulations to them for that. But they're going to have to get another one to win this map and be able to defeat Ginyu Force on GravelPit here.
Yeah, just came out looking really, really strong there in their pushes. I think they got a little lucky on their final C push in the first half. Just a little bit out of placement for Ginyu Force's defensive positioning on C, which enabled Street Hoops to sweep in there and finish off that cap. So I think the second round we'll see it be a little more close, and of course it's going to be up to Ginyu Force to set the time, so ball's in their court, definitely.
Yeah, without a doubt. We'll have to see how they can adjust here, if there's anything strategically that they really need to change. A lot of times in GravelPit, though, it just comes down to making sure that everybody's on the same page, that you're moving together, you're attacking together, and defending together. It can be tough if the other team sets a good time. You know, there's only so much that you can do about that. If you lose a set, you just got to focus on setting the next set off right.